Alright, y'all, just getting my side together for dinner tonight. As I said earlier, I got my steak seasoned. We're going to do a smoked ribeye on the grill tonight, but as our side, I'm going to do roasted cauliflower with bacon and chive. So the first thing I want to do is get my cauliflower all trimmed up and clean and cut into nice sized pieces. I don't want to do it too small because if we do, it'll cook too fast and we won't get that nice charred look on the outside. Even though, you know, it probably won't be a little light on that anyway. I'm doing it in my toaster oven. But if it is, sometimes I'll break out the old propane torch and we'll just kind of go at it that way. But first things first, I got my cauliflower here. Nice big head over organic cauliflower. I'm going to go ahead and get the core out. So you're going to want to be careful here and just come at it at an angle around the core there. And then you should be able to just pop it right out like so. And I want to trim off the rest of this green leaf that we don't necessarily want in our roasted cauliflower. Just get the little leaves off there. Once all that is done, I'm going to start cutting the cauliflower into nice big pieces. I'm looking at about golf ball size. And then we're going to get them in a roasting pan with our chive as well as seasonings, some butter, and the secret ingredient being a little bit of liquid smoke to give it a nice char essence. So I like to break them off like so, get them nice golf ball size. Once you kind of get that first round towards the bottom down, you'll see they're getting a little big. Then I'll just go ahead and cut it right in half like so. And some of that core I do want in there, but I don't want a ton of it. So again, just breaking off pieces like so. Get that other green leaf off there. And once we start getting towards the top of the head of it, it'll be a bigger piece like it is. And then I'll kind of want to start cutting it once I get all that down. And just breaking it all off there. Like so. And that center piece, I'm just going to cut the core right out of there. We don't need that. And then this, I'm just going to quarter. Like so. If there's any ends that have a lot of stalk on it, I can trim those up a little bit, but that is a good part of the cauliflower itself, so I don't want to get rid of too much of it. Now, some of these bigger ones that are more like the size of a baseball, definitely want to cut those in half as well. Get a nice even cook in the roasting pan all the way around. That way too, that it'll all come out at the same time. I won't have some that are crunchy and some that are soft. Looking for an even cook on the whole thing. So at this stage, we got it all cut up and ready to go. I'm just kind of push it to the side here, bring in my roasting pan, and I want to layer them in there kind of evenly with the cut part towards the bottom. It'll help it cook quicker. But we just get it all in there. It doesn't have to be perfect. I'm going to get the roast of that there. And then once I got it all in there, all these little smidgens, I want to put those in too. We don't want to be wasteful. Like so. And then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get some bacon pieces. Now ultimately it'd be nice if you cooked off your own bacon. But I'm just kind of doing a quick method here where I got some chopped bacon pieces. And I want to be generous with that as well. So I'm going to go ahead and pour that in there. Like so. Get the rest of it there. Nice amount of bacon. We want to bring our chive in and just kind of spread it throughout. Now these will kind of char up and cook a little bit much, but again, we're just looking for the flavor, not necessarily the look of the chive. Once we got that, we're going to take our pepper medley, get it nice and seasoned. I like pepper, so I use a fair amount. Also want to bring in our pink Himalayan salt. Now this you don't want to go too crazy with because you do have all that salt from the bacon and stuff in there as well. And then just a touch of garlic powder, not a lot. And then lastly, we're going to add that secret ingredient, which is that liquid smoke. Now we don't want to go crazy with it, but we definitely want to make sure that it's, spread throughout. Not that it's overdone, because we're not trying to overdo it here, but just get a couple sprinkles in there. And again, we'll get some of that smoke flavor from the bacon too. Once that's all ready to go, Last but not least, we're going to add our butter. And with the butter, we want to be generous with that as well. And then as it's cooking, every so often, we're going to want to turn it with a spatula. I say a spatula because we don't want to scrape the bottom of the pan too much. Some of that will cook to the bottom of the pan, and in that situation, we'll just get it turned over so that it cooks evenly. But that's basically what you're looking for there in the side of roasted cauliflower. Once we get it in the oven, it does take probably about an hour. And again, I'm using my toaster oven with a air fry feature in it. That's going to help get that char on the outside. Once it's all finished and we have our steak video done, I'll get everything plated up and you can see how it's all going to look tonight. But all this will be super delicious and easy to do. And the last thing I want to add is cook times can vary a little bit. So you just want to make sure that you're checking it every so often. Again, folding it and turning it in the pan. I want like a nice al dente on the cauliflower itself. But at the same token, I do want to get some of that black char on the outside. So again, stay tuned for the smoked steaks a little later, and then also the plating of all the food.